Hey there, welcome back to What's Your Take? I'm Wyatt Spalding, and today we're going to talk about college basketball. We're going to talk about one team and then two other players on a different team, the Iowa and Indiana game. So Indiana beat Iowa last night, 83-74. At the time, Indiana was 5th in the Big Ten. Now they've dropped down to 6th. Iowa, I think was like between 8th and 10th. They're 9th right now in the Big Ten. Indiana is 12-3, 3-3 in the conference, and Iowa is 11-4, 2-3 in the conference. But Indiana, here's the great thing about both teams. Indiana before this game was the top, and I think it still is, the top defensive team in the Big Ten, and then Iowa has the leading scorer in the nation, not just the Big Ten, the whole country. So Keegan Murray, he averaged 20. I think I looked it up yesterday. He averaged 24.1 points per game. Now he averages 23.9 because Indiana, who is ranked first in the Big Ten in points allowed at 60.8, so they give up like 61 points a game. They allow their opponents to shoot 35% from the field. That's first. They're second in three-pointers. They make teams shoot 28 to 29% from the three. Or they're third in three-pointers. They're third in three-pointers. Then in blocks, they're second. They block their opponent's shot. They average 5.6 blocks as a team. So they are the number one defense team in the Big Ten. And they shut down not the leading scorer in the Big Ten, but like I said, leading scorer in the nation. Keegan Murray, who averages about 23 to 24 points a game, shoots 59% from the field, so basically 60%. Only had 12 points last night. They held the nation's leading scorer to 12 points, 9 rebounds. They got him in foul trouble, which was key. So you think, wow, they shut this guy down. They shut down the leading scorer of the nation. How did they not win? Well, his twin brother, who only played 40 minutes total last year, Chris Murray, who averages 10.7, so 10 to 11 points per game, had a career high in points and rebounds. 29 points, 11 rebounds. This guy just went off. Now, I'm not an Iowa fan, obviously. I'm a Nebraska fan, so, big rival. But if you want to watch some good scoring, watch these two twin brothers. Keegan had one bad game against the best defensive team in the Big Ten. But he'll definitely probably step up and scores 24 to, probably drop 30 a couple times a game. But Chris, he came off the bench and did this. He comes off the bench. So when his brother didn't step up, he stepped up. Funny thing, though, during the game, I think it was Chris Mullen or one of the broadcasters for the game said maybe it's Keegan in Chris's uniform. How funny would that be? As a twin, I think that'd be awesome. You just switch jerseys. Everyone thinks it's the other twin, and you score. Everyone thinks it's you, who averages only 10 to 11 points, scoring the 29 points. But I don't think that really happened. Chris is just as good. Well, Keegan's probably better, obviously, because he's leading the nation in scoring. But Chris is a good ball player, too. And these two twin brothers are ballers. Reasons why you should watch Indiana basketball, even though they lost this game. Trace Jackson Davis, who is a high draft pick for the NBA this coming offseason in the NBA draft. Probably, I don't know, if I had to guess, put him like first round, maybe between the 10th pick at the highest, like maybe the 20th pick. So I definitely think he's a top 20 NBA draft pick. Came back and stayed. This is his third year in Indiana, and he averages 19.3 points per game, 8.9 rebounds, so almost 9 rebounds a game, shoots 61% from the field at 60.6%. Last night he had 18 points and 11 rebounds, double-double, gets double-doubles all the time. Definitely is their best player, but they do have good pieces around them. Race Thompson, he averages about 10.9 points per game, 7.6 rebounds. He had 13 points last night, shot 60% from the field, going 6 for 10. He is second in command, I think anyway, because I've watched several of Indiana's games, and he is a solid ball player as well. And the cool thing is these guys didn't just stay, or didn't do one and done. They have stayed at least a year or two or more, and tried to build a program through the coaching changes of Woodson coming in, and now things are really just coming together. Because, let's face it, Indiana is a big-name basketball school, and you want them to be good in college basketball, even if you don't like them. You know they're a big brand because of Bobby Knight and what they did back in the 70s and 80s. In the early 2000s, they made it to the championship back in, 2002, where they lost to Maryland. So, you want Indiana to be good, and finally, they're in the top 6, I guess they were top 5, but top 6 now, in the conference. I saw something today where for bracketology, the Big Ten leads all conferences with 8 teams getting in so far. So Indiana, they keep going at it and gets a couple more wins, even though they lost this game. We'll get into the tournament, which they haven't made in several years. Another guy to watch for Indiana is Parker Stewart. Stewart only averages about 7 to 8 points a game at 7.7 points. But this guy is a great three-point shooter. Right now, he's shooting 45.8% from the three-point line. 46%. This guy can go off anytime at the three-point line. He's a good role player for Indiana. And they just have all kinds of players. Those are just probably their top 3 players. But they got guys like Thorpe. Or not Thorpe. Or Thompson, sorry. Guys like Thompson who can get several buckets, and then you got Stewart who can get the 3. Then they obviously, if they don't have Trace Jackson Davis, I don't think they're in the top 6 in the Big Ten, because they really need him because he's always getting double-doubles and rebounds and points. But Indiana is a team that you want to watch out for this season. I could definitely see them making the Sweet 16. They go farther, that's cool, but I'm just going to go Sweet 16 right now. As for Iowa, they're not as good as they were a year or two ago, but they're still got a lot of good guys. But honestly, I would just turn into Iowa to watch the leading scorer in the nation, Keegan Murray. And you never know when Chris Murray will go off too now. Hey, you don't know. Maybe they are switching jerseys, and you can't tell which one's which. How cool is that? You gotta watch, because you don't know what twin will go off and score 25 to 30 points. So, good reasons to watch both teams. Great game last night, and can't wait to watch both these teams during the college basketball season. Alright, so that's my take on Indiana and Iowa basketball. Stay tuned for more of What's Your Take?